guys, what's up? It's Hope, and I wanted to make sure and give you all an update on how our appointment went with our second fertility specialist. I made a video the day before yesterday to talk a little bit about an update on where we were in our infertility journey, and yesterday was our appointment with our new specialist, and I was really excited and anxious and just kind of nervous, of course. I'm just ready to get there and get everything kind of rolling again. So we went yesterday. We got up early, went and ate breakfast, and then got to our appointment a little bit early because we weren't sure if they needed anything else other than what we had already submitted to them, and plus we were just ready to be there. And we got to the back and they weighed me and did all my vitals and everything, and then we waited to see the specialist. It took a little while for her to get everything together in order for us to start the consult, and so once she got there, I was really excited just to kind of hear what she had to say. She talked a little bit to Andy first about his history, and then talked a little bit to me about mine, and then she wanted to do an ultrasound and to do a pelvic exam just because I'd never been to her before. And she wanted to make sure that everything, according to her, was normal, and she wanted the ultrasound just to make sure everything looked good with my ovaries and my uterus, and so we proceeded to do that. And so I went and had my ultrasound, and I was kind of laying there. Wasn't really nervous about that. The only thing that made me nervous was the specialist wasn't real sure about where I was at in my cycle. Currently I was cycle day 18 yesterday, and so with women with PCOS, there's really no guarantee when you're going to be ovulating, if you're even ovulating at all. And so it's hard to kind of guess where you are. So she wasn't sure if we would be able to start anything this month because it was so late in my cycle, or if we would just start and restart from the beginning in October. And so I was kind of anxious about that because I didn't want to have to wait till next month, but it really was just depending on what my body was doing at the time. And so I was kind of laying there, and my husband was holding my hand because I think he was really nervous, and the ultrasound tech was doing her thing, and she said, "Oh wow," and I was like, "What? Wow, what's wrong?" And she said, "You have a follicle." And I was like, "I have a what?" And she said, "Yeah, and it's a really good size." And I was like, "Well, how big is it? Do you know?" And she said, "I'm not sure." She said, "I could measure it real quick and tell you." She said, "I just know it's of mature size." And I was like, "Great, oh my gosh." And I was so excited, I about fell off the table. I looked at Andy and I was like, "What?" I couldn't believe it. And so because the timing with this appointment was so incredibly perfect, and my body had grew a follicle, and it was of mature size, and it ended up being about 20 millimeters, which is incredible. And I was really super excited. Like, I could not believe. And the ultrasound tech was like, "Well, I know what y'all will be doing for your anniversary," because yesterday was our anniversary. And I was like, "Oh my gosh, I'm so excited." And had the timing just not been so incredibly perfect, and we went to that appointment just literally in the perfect time, I would have never known that I had a follicle of mature size. I would have never known that I was about to ovulate. I would have never known, because women with PCOS, like I said before, you just don't know. You don't know when you're ovulating or if you're ovulating at all. And so I just thought that was a really awesome God thing, that it was such perfect timing that we were able to catch it, and it was mature. And so our next step was to go back into the consultation room and figure out what her plan was going to be for us. So we weren't sure what that was going to be. We weren't sure if she was going to say, "Okay, go home and try like you've been trying," or "Let's step it up a notch and see what we're going to do to try and not waste this cycle, try and not waste this follicle that my body grew all on its own." And so we were excited and really just super pumped about it. And she said, "Okay, here's what I think we should do. I don't think we should waste this cycle." She said, "I really think we should proceed with doing an IUI." And my heart just sank, because I was like, there's no way. Like, I don't know. Our insurance does not cover IUI or IVF, and we don't have, a whole ton of money just sitting around to do an IUI or IVF. And so I was really kind of disheartened by that. And she said, "But the good news is your body has already done all the work up until this point. And so they're going to go over the cost and everything with you, but it's not going to be near the price as a full contract, full cycle on doing IUI. So you won't have to worry about near the medicines that you'd have to take you know, doing a full cycle, all the scans and blood work and everything it takes to get you to this point, because your body has already done all of that. And I just thought, oh my goodness, like another perfect timing thing. And I looked over at my husband and he was just sweating. Like he immediately went into panic mode. Like he didn't know what to even think at that point, because he knew our insurance doesn't cover IUI or IVF. And so we just started asking questions, and she said, I know it's a lot to take in, because we literally thought it's a consult, we'll come back in next month, and that's just what we were thinking. And she was like, no, she said, I really don't think we should waste this cycle. Your body has produced this beautiful follicle, and if we wait until next month, you know, all of that would have been a waste. Like this whole cycle would have been a waste. And so the more I thought about it, the more my heart just got happier and happier. And she said, I'm going to give you a minute to kind of think about it. And she said, you can leave today and go home and then call me and say, okay, I think we're just going to do an intercourse cycle, a timed intercourse cycle. And then next month we'll worry about a treatment plan, and if doing Clomid intercourse cycles is something that y'all want to do, or doing Femara, because she's not a big Clomid fan. And so she said, we'll try a higher dose of Femara, since Femara didn't work for you last time with your other specialist. We could always look at that as an option. But she said, right now, y'all trying on your own is not working. We know that for sure. And she said, you know, at this point, Hope, your body has done exactly what it's supposed to do, but I want to make sure that Andy's sperm gets to this egg whenever you do ovulate. And so that's why I want to do an IUI. I want to try and increase your chances. And she said, with an IUI, there's only about a 20% chance of success, which I understand that does not sound like a lot. She said, but it's definitely something to think about considering your situation. And the more I thought about that, the more I was like, well, yeah, because right now I feel like we have a 0% chance. Either I'm not ovulating, or I don't know when I'm ovulating, and his sperm count is really low, so I don't know when or if any of them are making it to where the egg is when I do ovulate. So, we kind of thought about it, and she walked out of the room and we talked it over, and I said, well, let's just hear what the financial consultant has to say. Let's see how much she's talking, you know. And so the financial consultant came in, and I was blown away. Like, I could not believe it's literally going to be a fraction of the cost. Like, I just couldn't believe it. And I looked at Andy, and he was just like, wow, I didn't think it was going to not be that much. You know, he said, I thought it was going to be more than that. And sure enough, it's going to be a fraction of the cost. And the more I thought about it, the more I was like, I don't want to waste this chance. Like next month, if we have to do an IUI, it's going to be like triple the amount. And I feel like we would be completely wasting this cycle. And we struggled a little bit back and forth about, just kind of God's plan and figuring out if we should proceed with the IUI or just do a regular intercourse cycle this time. And I mean, I had my heart kind of set on doing the IUI because I didn't want to waste this cycle. I felt like we've been trying just us on our own for so long, and I don't feel like timed intercourse is going to work. I just had a really bad feeling about it. And so Andy and I talked about it, and we are going to proceed with doing the IUI, which I can't even believe I'm saying that, but it just, we told them what we wanted to do. And so, of course, yesterday was our anniversary, and my husband had planned for us to get away overnight, just kind of get away to the lake. And so that's where we are right now. Here, I'll turn it around so y'all can see. This is our view this morning. That's my husband out there fishing. I don't know if y'all can see him. And so that's where we are right now. And so I was worried that we would need to make a decision right now, and we did. So we told her, and we got everything squared away. And so last night I did a trigger shot to force my body to ovulate, and then we were able to have intercourse this morning, and then no more after that. And then tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. I will be having an IUI. So I'm really super excited. I'm hopeful. I have a ton of faith this is going to work. I have a really good feeling. And I have a really good feeling that everything is going to work out. And Yes, I'm going to be upset if this doesn't work out, but I'm just trying to not let my mind go there. I'm trying just to be optimistic and hopeful. So if you will, please pray for us over the next few days. I would really, 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 really appreciate it. They also started me on estrogen in a tablet form, and then I'll be doing some mini doses of Avadril, which is the trigger shot, over the next couple of weeks after the IUI. So I'm really excited. I'm nervous. I am a little bit scared, but I know that everything is going to work out for the good. And so I just keep reciting that verse over and over. Romans 8:28 says, you know, for those, all things work to the good for those who love the Lord and are called according to his purpose. And I just keep saying that over and over in my head and just relying on my faith and knowing that no matter what happens, that God's got this and we're in good hands, and everything's going to work for the good. And so I will make sure and update all of you tomorrow after the IUI is done. I'm nervous, but I'm excited. So I will talk to you guys later. Thank you so much for all the sweet comments I got on my last video. It's so incredible to think that I still have people watching me. I was worried that no one would even see the video go up, because your support means so much to me. So I'm really excited to have all of you on board this second part of my journey, and I will continue to keep you all updated on how everything goes tomorrow. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll talk to you guys soon.